Hello chess fans and welcome to Chess5, and today I'm going to show you the game between Anish Giri versus Wesley. And today is Anish Giri's birthday, so happy birthday to Anish Giri. So I have decided to show you Anish Giri's one best game from the Goldmoney Asian Rapid Prelims 2021, and you all are going to like this game. So without any further ado, let's dive into the game. So Anish Giri with the white pieces and Wesley with the black pieces. So Anish Giri with the white pieces started with solid 1 e4, and here Wesley replied with e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, and bishop to b5. And now we are in the Ruy Lopez opening. Here comes knight to f6, developing the piece and also attacking the pawn on e4. Here comes castle by Anish Giri, and here Wesley simply captured up the pawn on e4. And here Anish Giri simply developed his rook by playing rook e1, attacking the knight on e4 as well as the pawn on e5. So knight went back to d6, attacking the bishop on b5, and here comes a nice move by Anish Giri, which is grabbing a pawn on e5. Here all of those who are thinking here black is going to capture the bishop, this is not possible because after knight into b5 in this position Wesley would be completely lost, because now comes a very powerful move, knight into c6 check, grabbing the knight, and now it's also a check, and the queen is also hanging on d8, and it's completely losing position for Wesley. So that's why after knight e6 in this position Anish Giri decided to play knight into e5, and at the place of capturing of the bishop, here comes bishop to e7. Here bishop comes back to f1, keeping the bishop pair. Here comes knight into e5, rook into e5, and here black simply castled. Here d4, grabbing the center and also gaining more space and also developing the pieces. Here comes bishop to f6 by Wesley, so developing the pieces and also hitting the rook on e5. So rook comes back to e1. Here comes rook e8, asking for a rook trade, but Anish Giri is not going to trade the rooks, and he simply plays c3, a very calm move and very nice move. Yeah, keeping a strong pawn formation. Here comes rook into e1, queen into e1, and here comes knight to e8 by Wesley. So the idea of playing knight e8 in this position here is here Wesley wants to play d5 followed by bishop to f5, and it's a very nice position for black. So Anish Giri played knight to d2. Perhaps the plan could be to put the knight on e4, attacking the bishop on f6, or the plan can even be to put the knight on f3. So here comes d5 by Wesley, so stopping this knight to e4 ideas. Here comes knight to b3, comes c6 by Wesley, so keeping a nice pawn formation too. Here comes bishop to f4, developing the pieces. Here we have g6 by Wesley, so by playing g6, now black is having many ideas. First idea is very simple, black can play bishop to g7, followed by knight f6, perhaps knight to e4, and it's a fine position. And the second idea could be to play knight g7, followed by knight to e6, attacking the bishop on f4, and then playing bishop g7. Very nice move. And the third idea could also be that there would be no back rank mates in the future, because now the king is having the g7 square. So very nice move by Wesley, so playing g6. Here comes queen to e3 by Anish Giri. Here we have knight to g7, perhaps planning to play knight to e6, attacking the bishop on f4. Here we have rook e1, and now by playing rook e1, Anish Giri's all pieces have been successfully developed. Here comes bishop to f5 by Wesley, so knight to c5, putting some pressure on the b7 pawn. And here comes queen to b6 by Wesley, so b6 could also be a fine move, attacking the knight from the c5 square, but Wesley chose queen to b6, protecting the pawn and also putting pressure on the b2 pawn. So here Anish Giri simply pushed the pawn to b4, and here comes a5 by Wesley. So yeah, because after if pawn grabs the pawn, after queen into a5, knight into b7, here black is going to play queen to b6, or even queen to a7 is also fine, hitting the knight, and after knight comes back to c5, and now rook is going to capture the pawn on a2. And now black is having very open position on the queen side, so perhaps it would not be a nice idea to capture up the pawn on a5. So that's why at the place of capturing of the pawn, Anish Giri decided to play a3, saying okay, you can capture, I'm going to capture it back. So Wesley so captured, here we have captured, and here Wesley so played h5. Yeah, grabbing more space on the king side. So here comes h3 by Anish Giri, not going to play h4 kind of stuff. After h3, now there's no back rank made for Anish Giri. Well, so after h3, Wesley so played rook to e8, which looks a very fine move, yeah, attacking the queen as well as the rook on e1, and the rook is protected by the knight on g7. So a normal move in this position could be to play queen to d2, yeah, looks a very human move. And after rook captures the rook on e1, after queen captures, and this is an equal position and a fine position. But after rook e8, I want all of you guys to be like Anish Giri and try to find the move. Feel free to pause the video and try to find the move which Anish Giri played in the game. So okay, so to all those who have found the right move which Anish Giri have played, Anish Giri would be proud of you, because the move Anish Giri played here was a fantastic move. It requires a proper understanding of the position and great calculation skills. Here comes powerful move queen into e8 check, grabbing the rook, and after knight into e8, rook into e8 check, king g7. Many of you were thinking, okay, it's basically like queen versus two minor pieces, right? And perhaps white would be fine in this position. But the main point of sacrificing the queen for these two minor pieces comes with the powerful move. Now if you found this move also, you are a great player, because now comes bishop to b8, and if you look closely, it looks like meaningful. There is no meaning of playing bishop b8, but if you look closely, the queen is trapped on b6. Yeah, the queen is having squares like this. I'm making some points, and if you see all the points, the queen cannot go to d8 because the rook is covering it. The queen cannot go to c7, the queen cannot go to a7, not to a6, even the knight is covering it, not even the b5 because now the bishop is covering it, and the a5 square is protected by the pawn. So basically the main idea of white is to simply play knight to a5, knight to a4, and the queen is trapped on b6 and queen cannot do anything. So black actually can't do anything in this position. So the move Wesley so played in this position, he simply captured the pawn on d4 because he can't stop this knight to a4 crazy idea, or even if he tried to stop the idea by playing bishop c2 covering this a4 square. Now black have stopped this d7 square, and now come knight d7, and now the queen is trapped too. So it was a very nice calculation by Anish Giri and proper understanding of the game. And now Wesley so was like shocked when Anish Giri sacrificed the queen for two pieces, and now comes the winning, and this is completely winning position for Anish Giri. So that's why after bishop b8, Wesley so decided to capture the pawn on d4. Here of course c into d4. Here now black can capture the pawn on b4, but Wesley so decided to push the pawn to g5, putting some attack on the king. And here comes bishop e5 check, king g6, rook g8 check, king h6, and here comes rook b8. And after move number 29, Wesley so with the black pieces resigned the game, and Anish Giri with the white pieces won the game. Fantastic game by Anish Giri. Yeah, it requires the move he chose to like sacrificing the queen by playing rook e8. Rook e8 looks so positional, and it looks the best move for black, even if no one has looked this position. Rook e8 looks the most human move because no one calculates that white will sacrifice the queen, and by playing bishop b8, black queen is trapped. It was a fantastic game, and the reason in this position after move number 29, Wesley so with the black pieces resigned the game here, because the white idea is very simple. Even black decided to capture the pawn, white is simply going to capture the b7 pawn, and now even the pawn on f7 is also falling, and it's basically like knight, bishop, rook versus a queen, and it's completely winning position for white. That's why in this position Wesley so with the black pieces resigned the game, and Anish Giri with the white pieces won the game. So it's a nice game. So if you also like this game of Anish Giri play, I just showed you this game on his birthday. So it's a fantastic game. So if you also like this game, then please like to my video. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family members, and even with Anish Giri. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.